All right, so we're already a little more vertical, and you're doing exactly what I asked you to do, which was make sure that the bassoon rests on that seat strap. But in order to play comfortably, we're going to bring it over just a little bit further, okay? And does that height still seem about right on the vocal?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So bring the instrument to you, and with these 3 fingers on and these 3 fingers up, okay, there you go. Yeah, so they hover just over like helicopters right over those tone holes. Let's take a big breath and go for it. Yeah, nice.
Which one, high one or low?
The low one is good. Or, well, oh, I see. Yes, that one. Yeah, man. Now, I can see both lips almost touching that wire. So top lip beyond that bottom lip, right? You. Yeah, that's a nice full tone. Okay, good. So from there, I want you to say not just ew, but do, do. Yeah, so we're going to try to actually...
tongue on the tip of the
Yes,
reed?
we're going to talk about tonguing. Yeah, tip of the tongue touches the tip of the reed. So I want you to try do, do, do. Go ahead. Yeah, so a very small piece of your tongue is going to be touching on there, and that's great. And what I want you to try is so when you say do, okay, we want to focus that vowel, thinking about that sound being up at the front of our mouth. Say Minnesota.
Minnesota.
But with a long N.
Minnesota.
Yeah, you feel your tongue went right there. So when you say do, I want you to focus that ew sound right there where that N was behind your front teeth. Do. And then same full air. Try a couple of those.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Yeah. Okay, good. Now, what was the first thing, before we started trying to even play on the reed, what was the first thing that we worked on?
Embouchure.
Yeah, even before that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we took a really big breath. So now that you're experimenting, and we're going to get really close to playing around a little bit, that whole breathing thing can totally drop out the other side of our brain. So we have to really focus on taking that full breath. Does the tonguing thing kind of make sense? All right, so don't worry about that for a minute. You just do one tongue and play a long tone and focus on that big full breath. Then release the air into the bassoon. Okay? Totally relax the best you can. Good. Now, I want you to try just one long tone so you don't have to restart that air. And I want it to be, like right now it's ha, 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 and then it comes out. I want you to just, and just hold a big, loud, long tone. You're not going to hurt anything. Do, one note. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Nice. Okay, that's a lot of air. I mean, it's a pretty small reed and a small tube, but it can take a good amount of air. So we want that air to be supporting our sound. So, do, and feel free now, once you get the sound going, to lift up some fingers. Okay, you can do, you can lift all 3. You can go all the way to an open. Just leave the whisper key down. Yeah.
Wait, I got my finger. Okay, I got my fingers confused.
That's okay. We're still in the right spot. Just make sure each one seals. Totally. So you can see that's just the fingers learning their spots. Let's get this elbow up just a little bit so that we're helping our fingers be as comfortable as they can. These two want to be naturally curved a little bit, and right now they're squeezing pretty hard. I understand. But this feel right here, that's the only thing that needs to bear the weight. These guys should be more relaxed. That looks just right. and then this one's straight. Okay, way to go. Play it with those again. Yeah. Now you hear the hesitation in the sound. What do you think is causing that to not go right away? Yeah. So you're thinking about fingers, and I see you go with just a little kind of small breath. So every time you go to play, and then.
Pushing this down
Ooh, good.
Because of saxophone, you know.
Yeah, so that's actually called the pancake key because it's so big. And yeah, that's the temptation, right? To squeeze it and hang on to it right there. So try to keep that thumb floating. But we're doing pretty well here. Yeah, now you're looking at me this way, but you would really be looking at a music stand and a conductor this way. Does that make sense? Okay. So now you've been thinking do, right? Do. And we're going to add fingers to go down. Okay, we're going to add fingers to go down from here, and I want you to switch as soon as you add that first finger to do. Say do.
Do.
Now place that do shape right up behind your front teeth like we did with Minnesota. Do.
Do.
Yeah. So show me do with those relaxed lips.
Do.
Yeah. Okay. So not nice and relaxed is what I want to say. All right. So starting on, it's C. Okay, 3 fingers. You've been playing a C, and we're going to work our way down, adding some fingers. Try again. Now, hold on. I'll help your fingers. You don't have to look. I'll just help put them in place. This one found its spot, but remember that these 2 fingers are kind of like separated, kind of like peace sign. Okay, and that right elbow, if it'll come out just a little bit more, it's going to help the fingers be in the right position. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And that small pinky. Okay, and you can go all the way down those 4 fingers if you want to, but just take them one at a time. Okay? Yeah. Good for you. Okay. So, if you were too tight, I'm impressed that those all came out low. Because if you're really too tight, they can go up an octave accidentally. And that's great. So, the notes you've been playing are actually really easy to learn. They're all just regular, natural letter names. So, C was 3 fingers. And if we go up the alphabet from there, what would the next one be?
B.
What's above C? Because we're going up first.
Okay, so... Oh, I was thinking... Okay.
Yeah. We'll go there in a minute. So what's up above C?
B.
Above. Up. The alphabet. D.
Oh.
There you go. Now you're going the right way. So C, D, and then?
E.
E. And then just that whisper key is?
F.
F. Okay? So this is where it's like the clarinet. You remember how when your thumb's down on the clarinet and you have no fingers, that's an F? Mm-hmm. E, D, C. So it's actually what you already know. And the pinky is just like the low F key on the clarinet. So it's basically the same letter names as you know. So go back to C, 3 fingers. And now add the low fingers, just like you were doing before, and B. So what are the names of these notes?
B.
B.
A.
Yeah, I know, backwards alphabet, right? And then?
G.
G. Way to go. And then?
F.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Backwards alphabet is a little trickier. So, what was the top note with just the thumb?
Just the F.
And what's the bottom note with all those fingers?
F.
F. Yeah, so we actually have an F to F scale right there. Okay? So I want you to take a nice full breath with a nice do relaxed sound. Play that low F, and then see if you can play that whole scale. Now, before you go any further, you're doing great. Starting low is challenging, right? So we need that really full breath, and then figure out? I saw something happen.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
Saxophone.
Yeah, so your right thumb was down on the key, and so you were actually playing a low E, okay? So, yeah, bring it back across, and show me your wiggly right thumb. We're floating, right? Okay, good. Now cover all those finger holes. Way to go. Starting on that low F. Yes. Okay, I see that your body is wanting to lean with the bassoon that way, and it's partially because when you lean over there, you don't have to work very hard to hold it up. So that's normal, I understand. But we do want to keep it a little bit more tipped this way, okay? Not only for the position of the vocal up and down, but also because if it travels that way, you're going to start reaching over to the right or have to lean. So hold it away from you for just a second and then bring it in to you at a proper posture. Okay? Yeah. Let's raise it just slightly. So right hand right here. Okay, I just grab around. Yeah, there you go. And just a hair higher. Okay. Now bring it in again and see if it's a little bit more comfortable. We were dipping just a little bit. Yeah. So actually, I think we were also going that way to raise the vocal a little bit. All right? Speaking of the position of that vocal, if you rock that right hand, you can take the reed out of your mouth. If you roll the bassoon with your right hand, so just, yeah. So this hand rests against the bassoon right there, okay? And right now there's just a kind of a spot there. You can rest it on there, or it can go against whatever metal feels comfortable there. But that hand is responsible for rolling the bassoon in and out and making sure that it's in the right orientation. You've been doing it correctly. It's been in the right spot. But if you need to reposition that vocal, you can use a little bit of the right hand to do that, okay? Or you can always actually swing this, right? Just like if you swing a saxophone to the side, you gotta mess with the neck a little bit. Okay, but I think we're in a pretty good spot again. So I'm gonna dip your reed, just because it's been a while since it's been fully in the water. And tell me which notes you know already, starting from the very bottom.
F, G, E, right?
A.
Wait, what?
Oh, E was when we had all our fingers in the pancake key down here. We accidentally played a low E. Okay? But just the fingers is just the alphabet going up. So start again on F.
F, G, A, B, C, D, F.
Yeah. Now, in an F major scale, we have a B flat. Okay, so you just played a scale, but it wasn't actually a correct major scale.
Yeah, I was confused.
Because we didn't have the B flat. So your ear goes, hey, I know what this is supposed to sound like, and that's not right. So what you do instead is you play, you use the B flat key right here with your thumb. Okay? And that's with 2 fingers here. So all 3 fingers there and 2 fingers there. So with no thumb and these 2 fingers, do you remember what note that is? A. So you have an A. Yeah, you have your A, and then when you add the thumb, you get B flat.
Okay. Cool.
And then you would lift all of those fingers to get C with the top hand only. Does that make sense? So that's how we bridge that gap right there. So
okay, so I only have this on an only B flat and then lift it up again.
Yeah. Now you're gonna, if you go like this and then leave this finger down, you get the B natural also. And we don't have the B natural in that major scale that we're trying to play. So you go A, B flat, add your thumb, C. You open all of these because C is just left hand.
Okay.
Cool? All right. So play A, what we were just talking about, with 2 fingers on your right hand, and then just mess around with that B flat key and see what it does. Now, we're a little high. Let's bring it over here. Okay. Good. Do it a couple times. Good. Nice. So now, if you want, we can try it from low F, G, A, B flat with the thumb, and then we'll open for C, D, E, F. Good. Yeah. Okay, nice. We made it. So I know you're still experimenting with that B flat. Now I want you to say do, 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 do.
Okay.
4 of each. Go.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, 4, F, G, A, B flat. 4 do's, 4 do's. Ready?
Okay.
Do, 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 do. And so when we were playing with the left-hand notes, when we got up there, they didn't pop out quite as nicely as we might want to. We might have been running out of air, but we actually changed the voicing a little bit right there. So we go do, 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 up to B flat, do, 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 up on the left hand, okay?
Sure.
And this just helps us do the right thing with our air and our embouchure, okay? So don't think too much about it, just voice those syllables, do 4 times and do 4 times. Go ahead, from low F, try that one more time. Do, good, yes. Yeah, dude, did you hear that pick up right away on that C when we switched to do? Okay, so that's why it's important, and right about C is where we start thinking do as we go up from there. And below that C is where we start thinking do as we go down toward the basement.
Okay.
All right.